Good evening, everyone. Wayne Bolden here at the SpeedKing channel. It is Friday evening. We're about 3 weeks out, something like that, from the Derby. And please remember that our tip sheets, both for the Kentucky Oaks Friday card and the Kentucky Derby, are available. I'm asking everyone to get their pre-orders in now, along with their payment, because we got a lot of content and stuff to put out. Just email us at speedking24@yahoo.com. And of course, send me your email so I can have it for sure. And we're going to take a look. We're going to put out a lot of different videos where we can have a healthy discussion here in the community. My question to the community and anyone else that's listening, is this the year that Japan, no he didn't, wins the Kentucky Derby? Yeah, I get it. But we don't want to throw shade on them because they're getting good at this horse racing game. If you paid attention to last week's Dubai Carnival, they must have won 3, 4, 5 races. So they really have turned the corner in positioning themselves internationally, winning races. Of course, they win a bunch of races with top-notch horses in Japan, but they go over to Dubai where there's a lot of money and quality horses coming over from the UK, Great Britain, and like that. So you know the quality that sits in over there in Dubai. So again, Japan has really stepped their game up. Now, how do we know this? Well, we seen last year, yes, Forever Young, only 2 noses away from winning the thing. I mean, that's the fact. Okay, Mystic Dan and of course Sierra Leone with Gaff Leone up were stripped right across the track. Exciting Derby. That's really what we want. But the question is, are they ready? Okay, and I think we have to not put our heads in the sand that these folks are really, getting good at doing this. So they buy a lot of American mares and stallions, and they take them back and they breed them, okay? And they come out with some really quality horses. And they have 3 potentially to enter the Derby this year. Luxor Cafe, which you heard me mention in a few of my other videos, right? And they have another one who won the UAE Derby last week, Admiral Daytona. Okay? They're both have confirmed that they're going to come. The other one has not confirmed to come yet, Hearts of Honor, which this horse is bred just fantastically. Now, the ownership of Hearts of Honor did pay the $6,000 to nominate, to supplement the horse in, because they get 3 spots over there, and 2 of them are filled. So they haven't committed yet, and they have to commit by the 26th of April. And all the horses has to be on Churchill ground. So we know 2 of the possible 3 Japan horses could be in. We're still waiting for RSVP from Hearts of Honor. So let's take a look at the one I think is better suited to win the Derby. You heard me mention in the previous videos the horse Luxor Cafe. Well, the first thing that you notice about Luxor Cafe is that his sire is American Pharoah. Okay? Now, American Pharoah's breeding, well, it wasn't that horrible, but it wasn't that great, but he still managed to win a Triple Crown. So we have to put some credence on Luxor Cafe just from the sire standpoint. The grandsire is more than ready, and the mare is Mary Folly. So this horse has a bunch of speed and a ton of stand power, okay? Broke a track record back there, I think it was when he broke his maiden race, right? that's been standing for years. The horse is currently riding a 4-game winning streak. Last race March 29th in the Thoroughbred Stakes. And overall record is 4 wins from 6 starts and 1 second. This is a very, very talented horse and bred top and bottom, not only for distance, but for speed. It's bred to get the 10 furlongs here. That's really the issue in the Kentucky Derby. Not if our horses are fast, not if, they can run. The question is, can horses go 10 furlongs over the, Churchill surface? So that's the first one, Luxor Cafe. Let's have a discussion of what you think. The second one, well, we mentioned it. Admiral Daytona by Frog, Shaggerford on the back end. This one don't have a bunch of speed and runs deep, deep late, which may be to an advantage, particularly if we think there's going to be a barbecue up front in the Derby this year. There's a lot of speed horses. And again, our horses aren't used to going 10 furlongs. Really not past the mile and 16, really not past the mile and the 8th. So Admiral Daytona by DeFrog and Shaggerford lacks some forward progress in terms of speed, but that may be to his advantage in America because everybody is speed crazy, including me. Okay? Now, got the world, one of the greatest jocks ever on him, Christopher Lamar. Obviously. This horse has 2 wins from 6 starts. This year, 2 for 3. One no more notable than the UAE Derby last week on the 5th of April. Walked him down, smoked him. An American horse was in there, flood zone. Couldn't find flood zone with a search warrant. The Brad Cox runner. I think he ran dead last. Right? And he just got smoked. So the second horse that they're showing up with is just as good. Now, talking about the Daytona horse, ran second in the maiden race to Luxor Cafe. Right? And so by him winning the UAE Derby, verifies how good Luxor Cafe is. Yeah, he only lost to this horse by a neck, but he did come back and lose to him by 4 lengths in February. But in the maiden race, he was head and head with Luxor Cafe at the wire, for sure, on last year on November 23rd. But the fact that the horse had only had 3 starts at that time and now has 6 and won none bigger than the UAE Derby, and he's coming. I think we have to give them some respect for sure with this one. Okay, Admiral Daytona. That's the second one. Both of them are confirmed. The third horse that has not RSVP'd over yet, but does have a slot waiting for him. Heart of Honor. Well, the Heart of Honor is by a horse sired by Honor AP. That is awfully good, folks. And on the back end by Scat Daddy, Ruby Love is the mayor, right? And Osborne is the trainer, and Osborne Safi is the rider. Well, this horse is bred top and bottom to run all day. The claim to fame with this one is ran second in the UAE Derby behind who? Admiral Daytona, right? It wasn't that horrible of a race. So again, in the 5th start, the horse is moving forward. So this horse has credentials and is bred like all get out. Okay? By Honor AP, on the back end by Scat Daddy, that speed, stamina, strength. Hey, this horse is just fantastic in the pedigree area. And then run second to the Daytona horse, the Admiral Daytona horse. So again, knocking heads with the best of the best over there. So, Here's the question. Is this the year that Japan wins the Kentucky Derby? They mean business, y'all. They're loaded for bear. Luxor Cafe, Admiral Daytona, and of course Heart of Honor has to confirm RSV that he's going to come for sure. Let's have a healthy discussion. At least we're not burying our head in the sand and overlooking them. Let's have a healthy discussion. All right. We ain't got to bet them. We just at least need to discuss them and classically, okay, for sure. All right. Luxor Cafe, Admiral Daytona, and let's see if Heart of Honor takes that last 20th spot. If he doesn't, somebody else will slide in from the 21st spot for sure. There it is. There's the question. Is this the year? Or can Japan win this year's Kentucky Derby? My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm the Speed King, of course. Talk to y'all real soon. Stay classy. SpeedKing24 at yahoo.com. They mean business. They know what they're doing. They only lost it by a nose. 2 noses last year.